Hi Pisces, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are just doing some sort of quick general messages for Christmas, see what's happening for you. So even though these weekly readings will be sort of crossing over Christmas, we are just looking at, that general period, a few days before, a few days after, any important messages that you need to know. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help out. So thank you so much. And today we have the magical messages from the Fairies Oracle deck. I have the Jester Lenormand as well as the Love Angels Oracle. Okay, so getting into it for you, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for Christmas? Important messages for Pisces for Christmas. Christmas messages for our Pisces. What's going on? Ooh, Pisces. Something not wanting to be shared. Okay, I do have two that have just sort of come out together here. So we have holiday as well as dietary change. So this is actually kind of talking about taking a break. Okay, the holiday one does say the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. And then the dietary change one does say improve your diet and your life will also improve. But this is actually talking about taking a break. I just keep getting taking a break because it's talking about, it's the holiday energy of, needing a vacation, needing a break from something specific here, to do with your diet, your exercise, the things that you're putting into your body. And for some of you, it's not even food. It's a specific product. Like needing to take a break. So it's kind of an energy of like I keep getting like medications and creams and things like that. But it's not anything like actual medication, I don't think. It feels like something like that you would just buy over the counter type medication, like Panadol or something like that, where it's, or some sort of cream that you're using for like a rash or something. It's kind of just saying you need to just take a break. So even like vitamins and things like that, it's just sort of, you just need to take a break and sort of see if the problem has gone away without the need to go back to using that product. I'm also hearing honey, someone needing to cut honey out of their diet, maybe even just temporarily. But it's because it's not, it doesn't necessarily sort of mean that it's a long-term break from that product or food item that you're needing here. It's just a temporary break. I'm kind of getting that, you will actually feel a lot better right now if you wean yourself back off that product or take a break from that product and, reassess how things are going without using that product right now. So I don't know what exactly that is. It's obviously maybe different things for different people within the collective, but I do keep getting creams for like rashes and things like that coming up. Like I said, the honey and sugar as well. So sugar and honey seem to be connected there as well. So, it may just be, there's a need to just cut sugar out temporarily. Those sorts of things. There may just be something, because I'm also being shown that what's that diet where you you cut everything out, and then you slowly reintroduce things one by one, so you can work out, what's the thing that's causing you the drama. It's kind of giving that energy as well, that maybe cutting out a few things and then just slowly reintroducing them, and to see what's actually helping and not helping. But it's something you're already using, so it's kind of asking you to just, just make a little bit of it, think about that, and maybe needing to take a break from something there. Okay, Pisces. I'm also getting too that for some of you, it's not even you. It's like you may be having to do that for a child, or you may be noticing that somebody in your life is, overusing some sort of cream or something like that, and you sort of helping them sort of realize, oh, take a break and see if the problem's actually still there or not. Okay, Pisces. Messages for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about Christmas? Pisces. Okay, so can I ask what that is in regard to for Pisces, please? Can you clarify what that's in regard to for Pisces? So when I've asked what exactly is this message about here, I do have the birds coming through there. So normally that talks about conversations, but it's kind of like more so along the lines today of a conversation that you've been concerned about, or you've been dreading having a conversation, or you've been a bit worried about a conversation that you kind of know needs to happen at some point, but and it may not even be like an actual conversation. It's like you've heard something, like, because the birds sometimes can talk about, like gossip and chitter chatter and rumors. So it kind of feels as though like you may have heard something, and so you're sort of like, do I need to have a conversation with somebody about this, and just clarify whether the rumor is true, if the gossip is correct. But you're kind of worried about it, I feel, for a lot of you here. But we are seeing the good news. Good news is on the way regarding this. I feel as though you're going to get your answer without even having to actually have the conversation, because it's going to just sort of, someone will bring it up and say, oh, by the way, have you heard about this? This is how that's getting resolved, or something along those lines. But we do see the crossroads coming through here, as well as the mountain. Okay, so it does sort of feel as though the news is something along the lines of good news. The decision is being delayed, or that choice is, it's not as big of a drama as we had thought it was, because the mountain can talk about things like, especially this particular deck, we see the mountain here is just this little anthill. So it's like you thought it was this giant big obstacle, this big problem that could be there, because you've been worried about this in the distance. But now you're sort of getting this news that, hang on, that's not as bad as we thought. Someone's made a mountain out of a molehill. It's just this tiny little anthill that you can just sort of step on over. It's just it's not a bigger problem as we thought it might be. But it does feel as though it's in regard with the crossroads card there. It's in regard to some sort of choice or decision. You maybe were worried that somebody was making a specific choice or decision, or moving in a different direction to what you were hoping they were moving in. But it's kind of like, oh, not as much reason to worry, or the decision has been delayed, and so we're not having to worry right now. That's something we can worry about later. We're not having to worry about it right this very moment, because that has been delayed. It's not a pressing concern. Okay. So a pretty simple kind of message there, Pisces. We are just sort of looking for quicker messages this week anyway, but see if there's anything else wanting to be added in for you here. Pisces, any other messages for Pisces? Any other messages for our Pisces? We have the magnetic connection card coming through here. There is a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person. I feel like this is more about this issue, that good news that, it's just sort of magnetically drawn its own conclusions in the way that it needed to. It's like whatever you were worried about here, because I kind of feel like with that crossroads card there and then the magnetic connection, it's like you will, especially those of you who are worried something was going to go a different direction to you. So therefore, not going to get something that you wanted, or not having someone even show up for Christmas that you wanted them to show up. And so you're worried about that. But it's like, no, it's all sort of clicking together. It's all being drawn together in the way that it needs to. Um, I'm also getting here too with that magnetic connection, Pisces, that, with your Christmas celebrations, you may feel yourself spending a bit of time with somebody and talking to somebody, and it becomes a very intense conversation, and you're just feeling sort of drawn to that conversation and the intensity of that conversation. So it just does feel for some of you that there is, because it feels as though it's not somebody that you normally are that drawn to, and this year you're kind of feeling more drawn to that person, and it feels as though there is a reason why. They may have some information or knowledge to sort of impart on you here, Pisces. We also have you are enough. The person you're meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. This is your family, Pisces, okay? I know these are love cards, but we are reading them sort of in a bit more of a general arena today. But remembering that you are enough. Even it does feel as though there might be a family member telling you that you need to change some way over Christmas. And maybe that's why you're getting drawn to these intense conversations, because, it does feel as though there's this edge where you may be drawn into things where people are trying to make you adjust to them. Whereas you're enough exactly the way you are, Pisces. You don't need to adjust to them, and you don't need to change yourself. If they're your family and they love you no matter what, right? It's a bit of a reminder here for you that, unconditional love is supposed to be unconditional. I do just sort of feel that someone may need to remind somebody of that over Christmas, that I don't really need to change. I'm happy the way that I am. And if I decide to change, it will be me making those changes, not just changing because you tell me I need to be more like you. So don't be afraid to stand up for yourself a little bit. You are enough just the way that you are, Pisces. I do feel as though some of you may just need to stand up for yourself a little bit here as well. And that may be the obstacle that you feel as though is this giant big mountain that you're having to actually stand up for yourself and have that conversation about, hang on, if I want to change, it's up to me, not up to you what I'm doing with my life here. But good news, I feel as though you're kind of avoiding the hecticness that could bring. You're more worried about it than necessary. It's just something where maybe you just need to address it, and then we move straight on from that. Okay, Pisces. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. I hope everyone has a beautiful Christmas, and I'll see you all again soon.